Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you 3 habits that every professional woman should practice, particularly those of you who are trying to climb the corporate ladder or ascend to leadership positions. Also for you entrepreneurs who happen to have employees. So let's just dive right into today's video. Okay, so the 3 habits that I'm going to share with you today, they sound very simple. Trust me, they do. They sound really, really simple. However, they can be very difficult to practice in the workplace, especially on any given day when there are so many things going on. So the first habit that you want to practice as a professional woman is you want to make sure that you have boundaries when it comes to personal relationships. Now, this can be extremely difficult to do, especially if you're just starting your career. You want to make friends, and you want to make friends in the workplace because you spend so much of your time there. If you make friends in the workplace, you have to recognize that once you establish a friendship with a colleague, then that relationship changes. It becomes personal. And what tends to happen is either they come back to work after you've spent time outside the workplace and they start talking to you about it, or you start to talk to them about it. And sometimes they start to talk to other people about it. And depending on what the situation is, you may not want other people at work to know what's going on in your personal life when you're not in the office. And in addition to that, you just want to be seen as a professional. And sometimes when you start talking too much about your personal life, you're not seen as a professional. So you want to make sure that you establish those boundaries. Also, if you happen to establish a relationship with someone that you're seeing or dating in the office, that can get really tricky. And it can get tricky because if it goes south, if it starts not to work out, then you could have animosity toward them, and they can have animosity toward you. And what tends to happen is you bring that to the office place or to the workplace, and people start to pick up on that tension and that negative energy between the two of you, and you really don't want your personal business in the workspace. So you want to make sure that you establish boundaries. Now, if you're trying to go to the next level, especially in leadership, or if you own your own business, you want to make sure that you establish these boundaries with employees, because the higher you go in a position, then people start to look at you and they want to make sure that you're treating everyone fairly. And you do not want to have that perception that you're treating someone else better simply because you have a personal relationship with them. You don't want to show any kind of favoritism whatsoever, or you don't even want the perception of favoritism. So you want to make sure that you establish these boundaries, because trust me, people are going to talk. They are going to make up things even when things aren't happening. So you want to do everything that you can to ensure that you have these boundaries. Okay, so the second habit that every professional woman should practice is you want to make sure that you avoid office politics. Now, every organization has its own culture. There are things going on all the time, but you want to make sure that you are just not involved in office politics. Now, trust me, there are going to be people who love to talk about what's going on with management, leadership. They want to talk about what's going on with their colleagues, what's going on with other employees. They want to tell you all about how a person is getting fired or what they perceive as someone is doing something wrong. They just want to share all of this negative stuff with you, all of this drama. You want to make sure that you avoid that, because that's none of your business. Your business is to focus on your career. Your business truly is to focus on how you can contribute to the organization and how you can move your career forward. So you want to make sure that you avoid all of that negative chatter when it comes to office politics. Make sure you're seen as neutral, and make sure that you stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing and also on your goals. Okay, so the third habit that you want to make sure that you practice is you want to make sure that you know your worth. Now, ladies, I can't say this enough. You want to make sure that you know your worth, because there will be people who will try to make you think that you do not have what it takes to get to the next level, or that you're not bringing enough to the table. There will be situations that happen that are completely out of your control that will cause you to question your ability. They will cause you to question whether or not you can handle the situation or lead. There are going to be things that happen where you start to kind of doubt who you are and your worth. And it's only natural. All of us go through it. But you have to make sure that you keep in mind who you are, what you bring to the table, and how valuable you are. It's okay to ask for that promotion. It is okay to be aggressive when it comes to your career. It is okay to try to move forward, to want to move forward. It's okay to want to do your best. And you have to just recognize that we are all individuals. We all have unique talents, skills, and abilities that we bring to the table. And whatever yours are, then those are who make you who you are. And those are the things that you bring to the table. So make sure that you know your worth. Now, I can remember when I first started my career, I wanted to kind of fit in with everyone else that was around me. So one Friday, I decided that I was going to dress casually because everyone else was doing it. Everyone else at my level, well, they were dressing casual on Friday, and I wanted to do it. So it was a rainy Friday, and I get this call. And I get a call from what is known as a VP in corporate America, but in government, it's known as an assistant secretary. Now, she was the only female assistant secretary, and she called me and said she wanted to take me to lunch at the Four Seasons in Georgetown. Now, if you've never been to the Four Seasons in Georgetown, it is absolutely beautiful. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it for two reasons. One, I was so shocked that she called me. I couldn't believe that she'd actually noticed me. And two, I couldn't believe that I had on this casual outfit when I'd never dressed casually before. And so here I am, and I have just been called to go to lunch. I do not have time to go home to change my clothes because the car's waiting for us. We get to the Four Seasons, and there's about 300 women from across Washington, D.C. at the Four Seasons, and they're all dressed in business attire, everyone except me. I was mortified, but that was a lesson for me. And that lesson for me was to know my worth. I wanted to fit in and to be like everyone else when I wasn't like everyone else. When before I'd always dressed as a professional because I knew I wanted to rise to the senior levels in the organization, and I knew I wanted to establish myself as a professional. And so I'd always dressed as a professional, but on that day when I wanted to be like everyone else, when I didn't really know my worth and my value, I tried to blend in. And what happened? Well, I go to this huge luncheon with all these great, wonderful business women, and here I am, and I really do not look like the professional that I wanted everyone else to perceive me as. And so that is just one example of really knowing your worth. You want to know what you bring to the table. You want to value who you are. You want to know that, hey, it's okay if you want to go to the next level. It is okay if you want that promotion. It is okay if you want that pay increase, or if you want a bonus at the end of the year. It is okay to want those things and to do all that it takes to get those things. So make sure that you know your worth. Okay, ladies, so that is it. Those are the 3 habits that every professional woman should practice. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. This channel is for the ambitious woman. Also, if you haven't checked out my book, it is on Amazon, and the title of the book is Leading from Within, 31 Affirmations That Every Leader Should Speak and Repeat. Now, these are 31 simple affirmations that you should speak and repeat constantly because they're going to help you improve your leadership ability or help you rise to the leadership level. These are affirmations that are really going to encourage you. These are affirmations that come from within you. It all starts with you. So I hope you enjoyed the book as well. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.